Hi guys, this is going to be a general collective reading here for the Twinflame collective that I'm channeling for today. Apologies if you watched yesterday's video and the sound was off. I have removed that now from the channel because there's no point. For some reason it didn't record. We'll have to pick up later on the 1111 portal. We've been looking at that anyway during the lives, but let's do a Twinflame update here. I'm feeling like we'll focus on that today. Okay, so let's have a look. We're using the Muse Tarot. Remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If you feel like this doesn't resonate for you, could well be that this is not your story today, or alternatively, this is not the reading for you. Maybe this is not the channel for you. So let's have a look. Let's see what the guides want to tell us here about the Twin Flames. What's the message, please, Spirit? What is it you're... I kind of feel like before I recorded this, I had a song in my head. It's a it's a Backstreet Boys song. It's I don't even know what this song is, but it's I'm something about my heart. I'm thumping out my heart when I'm with you. It's a Backstreet Boys song. I'm something out my heart when I'm with you. Tearing up my heart when I'm with you. There you go, tearing up my heart. Let me just give you the lyrics. This is an, oh no, it's an NSYNC. Oh my goodness, how dare I get that band name wrong. It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you, but when we are apart, I feel it too. And no matter what I do, I feel the pain with or without you. Baby, I don't understand just why we can't be lovers. Things are getting out of hand, trying too much, but baby, we can't win. Let it go. If you want me, girl, let me know. I'm down on my knees. I can't take it anymore. It's tearing... Oof. It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you, but when we are apart, I feel it too. And no matter what I do, I feel the pain with or without you. Baby, don't misunderstand what I'm trying to tell you. In the corner of my mind, baby, it feels like we're running out of time. Let it go. If you want me, girl, let me know. Wow. Okay, so someone is asking whether you want them, they want you. Take it as it resonates. We've got the Ace of Cups here. Do you want me though? Is this what you want? Is this really what you want? Someone's in very deep here, and I feel like they feel like they're in this painful path, again, with or without you. So if they're in this, it's very intense, and if they're out of it, they don't want to be out of it. We've got Temperance here, so there's a recalibration of emotions that will be coming in. There's a balancing act that's taking place because, again, it's probably a little bit overwhelming for both sides. I feel like the journey is also gone on long enough where there's a tempering of emotions that's happening here, and a healing point to a certain level or a certain degree, that when it's at exactly the right level and degree, it's a match. That's how I want to say it. I'm hearing they're preparing themselves. So there's obviously a union coming in here soon. We've got the Muse of Emotions here. So we've got mirroring again. The Seven of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So there's a shift here. There's a shift. We've got the Two of Cups. So the wheel came first. There was a turning of energy. The energy turned. So there's definitely this... It's like... people can't get the right balance. It's either totally immersed in emotions or totally defensive. Like, they're just trying to find the exactly right recalibration for this to become a match. It's like when you're opening a safe. You need the certain numbers and keywords. It's like we need this to be exactly the right level. And because when it's not at the right level, it's almost like it's not a match, you know. So this is the Four of Cups. It's like people are waiting to see where this goes. They're not entirely sure where this is going yet. They're having to temper themselves, and obviously collect, you know, as a group, as a couple. We've also got the Queen of Swords. So there could have been something, an instant happened here where someone's just shut themselves down, and that's also now worrying them. So I feel like we need to, yeah, we need to temper that. So if you've had to recently shut yourself down because of a circumstance, they're asking you to temper that a little bit. We've got the Nine of Wands here. So this is Wounded Warrior. You could have found out some news here that, I'm going to just say what my guides are saying, broke you. So I feel like again, something has shifted and someone's walls have come down. And because of the walls coming down, it's become very difficult. So, Eight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Someone's trying to take emotions out of it to make decisions and to work hard on making a decision, but they're a little bit all over the place. So one person could be totally disconnected and the other person could be also disconnected, but still in that kind of passionate, fiery energy. So it looks like the feminine could be very disconnected and detached, and the masculine is trying to balance their fiery nature as well as their emotions. Four of Swords, there's a time out here. They're taking a time out, you're taking a time out to, again, I feel like there's a, it's like when something situated, there's a tower, it's like when there's a tower moment and there's this kind of damage almost. People are kind of looking and surveying what the damage is. There's a waiting process with this and a recalibration with the Six of Pentacles here. With the Seven of Cups, this is now choices as to how to move forward. And right, well, so what do I want? Do I want... so whatever, it's going to depend on whatever initially happened to rock this tower enough where the even kilter of the emotions flooded one way or the other, and then that caused that reaction between the two parties. But there's definitely a decision or choices or confusion around this, which again, people are trying to figure out what they want. Do they want a connection where it's going to be very, very kind of up down, or do they want something that is maybe not as intense? I've got the Queen of Wands with the Devil. So again, this is where that passionate energy comes in, and as you can see, the feminine is in her Queen of Swords and her Queen of Wands. I'm only seeing the Knight of Wands for the masculine at the moment. Now again, it doesn't have to be the actual masculine, it could just be the masculine card, it could be a feminine that's in her masculine energy as well. But someone's much more one party is almost avoidance in emotions and is focusing more on sort of trying to keep things light, and the other one is fiercely disconnected because it's painful. It's too painful. There's possibly been an argument or a disagreement here as well, and then it's caused a lot of indecision in this situation. There's been something that's happened that's rocked the world. Page of Swords in the reverse. Someone doesn't feel like things are being learned. It's like someone doesn't feel like there's an authenticity here or there's a truth. They are worried about putting an investment into something here that is not going to result in a long-term stable situation. We've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Page of Swords in the reverse. Someone's worried that they're going to put their energy into a situation that is not going to create a long-term stable outcome. It's going to maybe be invested in the wrong thing. So then everyone's having to kind of look at that, and it's causing more issues. We've also got the Chariot here with the Seven of Swords. So we've also got possibly this, again, fairly sexual energy that's a little bit unfocused, that is possibly causing more complications. It's redirecting the energy, and it's causing doubt, I feel. So we've got very strong, this is Cancerian energy as well, but we've got very strong air and fire energy in this reading so far. So it could be very passionate energy. Eight of Pentacles. I feel like someone wants to work at understanding this. Could be the feminine. They want to work at understanding and recalibrating this energy, because I feel like they feel there's been a disconnect emotionally here. They know someone's disconnected emotionally, and so they're feeling that, which has also not helped the situation. Yeah, it's not helped the situation, which is then, it's like then the other person's mirrored that reflection as well. So yeah, the Five of Pentacles has led into the Five of Cups. So it's like one party's withdrawn because of that. It's like we're in this domino effect here. So then the other party's withdrawn because there's loss or guilt or there's upset. And there's a lot of overthinking going on as well. And again, if you haven't got to that point yet, but you relate to the first part of the reading, this reading could still be for you. Someone's trying to bring a spark here of, again, because we've had the Page of Swords in the reverse, they can't quite see the path ahead. So they're trying to rely on their enthusiasm or playful energy to move this forward, to see what their path is. Because again, they're trying to look for stability. At the heart of all this is stability. That's what they're looking for, but they can't quite understand where it is. because there's a foundation here that's being rebuilt. Okay. Yeah, we've got strength here. Which way is that, Spirit? Yeah. So there's a bit of ego going on. It's like they don't want to be the vulnerable one. They don't want to be the one that's most vulnerable. Or you don't want to be the one that's most vulnerable. So we're in this kind of dance at the moment as who's in the worst position, who's in the position of more or less authority, or even the Five of Swords, which is, again, there's this kind of looking to the other one to say, oh, you know, am I in the worst position, or are they in the worst position? Am I in the worst position, or are they in the worst position? So it's like this kind of dance. I'm hearing a dance that never ends. So it's just a rebuilding of the foundations. Yeah, like the Two of Cups. So what happens is there's a tipping point, or is a recalibration that continues until there's a perfect balance between the two. And that's when this Two of Cups is met, because you've got the two Ace of Cups, the two individual aces meeting together. Now that's because it could be that the two individuals are not balanced within their own lives. So if there's imbalance in them, there's imbalance in you, and vice versa. So that could also have contributed to it, and it could also have contributed to the lack of emotion, because if they're not able to invest in themselves, then maybe they're not able to invest in you, and vice versa. But there's definitely a lack of emotions that are, it's like at one point someone had to withdraw the emotions because there was just too much going on. And then it's been met with the same viewpoint from the other side. The Five of Wands is there's just too much going on. There's way too much going on in this situation. There's way too much movement. It's like whenever something shifts in their situation, it then reflects to you, and then it's like you've got two people trying to catch up with this. Eight of Swords, there's too much overthinking. The Six of Wands, that card keeps coming out recently. Well, obviously it will do if it's in a tarot deck, but we're talking about over and over and over again. They're worried about how people are going to view it. They're trying to view this from a more logical standpoint here. How will it be viewed? I'll try and make my decision based on how others will view it. But at the heart of it is the Ten of Cups. This is essentially what they're looking for, but it's like they're still in their mindset of the Ten of Pentacles, which is, you know, what is the right long-term thing to do? Yeah, Ten of Swords. So they know one situation is not working for them with this Ten of Swords and the Ace of Swords, and they know they're going to have to close that situation because it doesn't lead to the Ten of Cups. But it's like that there's that kind of other energy they've got around them. Yeah, it's fear. They've got to choose between fear and love. The Star with the Sun. Wow. They are rebirthing themselves as we speak. They're pushing through to this perfect kind of equilibrium, so that when the time is right, both parties are, because the Sun is a star, right? So you've got two people in their masculine energy as well. That's what I want to say. You've got two people very much in their masculine energy, possibly, or in their ego. Or people, there's a confusion around how people are viewing this and what they should do for their, you know, what people are going to think. You know, it's like that's a fear as well, possibly. They're about to release the burden. They're about to release the burden. The other situation they're in that could be a bit of a safe option for them as well is it's not as hard work. And the reason it's not as hard work is because there's no real depth of emotion. There's one connection they're in that has a lesser connection, which is why it's easy for them to remain in its safe zone. So there's a choice between closing something out here, but they know if they close this other option out, which doesn't suit them, there's going to be disruption around how they're viewed, and that's their concern. That's another reason they want to come towards this other option, but they're concerned about how this is all going to be viewed. Even when the balance point is tipped and they're ready, they're concerned how they're going to be viewed. they're trying to build their independence and move forward with this, but and take a leap of faith as well. This is another thing, you know. They're waking up to the fact that this is their future, but I feel like they're still in this balancing act of bringing this energy to the right vibration. That is because at the moment it's out of they're out of their comfort zone, so they're having to kind of work very quickly to get to a certain viewpoint or perspective. And I feel like the intuitive one of you is having to navigate instinctively to try and help the other, but this is their wish fulfillment. Yeah, it's they know that the other situation they're in is not going to provide them any emotional comfort long term. It's going to provide them security long term, but not emotional comfort. They want to be able to work together with you. They feel like that would help them make their decision, and also it would create harmony, long term success. So they're considering working together with you. 8 of Wands. There's communication coming in here as well, or they're waiting for. Okay, they're waiting for communication. For some of you, you're waiting for communication. Yeah, there's choices to be made here, and it's going to be based on who is the more. One is a more financially stable situation, one is a more emotionally stable situation, or depth of emotion. They are not making their decision until they know the stability is taken care of. It's like they're trying to decide. Yeah. They're about to take a leap of faith. It's once they've compiled all the information they need, they're about to make a leap of faith here. And that is where a commitment will be made. And it's if let's say, for example, they're already in a commitment, they're looking at the person that is going to be providing them. Yeah, this is their long-term success. They're planning on moving out of a situation they could be already in, some of them as well. And then we've got the 6 of Cups. So this is old soulmate with the Queen of Cups. So it's like they're in a situation at the moment where it's not emotionally led, it's financially or security led, and they want to be moving into a more emotionally balanced connection. That's where the choices come in. This is going to resolve or end in a commitment. This is the Hierophant. This is also high learning. We've also got hidden emotions, deep emotions within a commitment. There could also be, because we've got Empress and Moon, there could also be pregnancy here. I don't know why, but I'm hearing Louise. Muse of materials. They want to create this emotional abundance, but in their physical world. So they're wanting to invest in something that isn't just material based. They want the spiritual and the material and the physical even. And at the moment they're purely in their physical. So they're transitioning into this spiritual area, and which is why they're trying to get the balance right. They're in this recalibration energy. They're in this birthing period. Yeah, so they're in this Hanged Man position, which is where they're trying to get their perspective, you know, exactly right. Once, like I said, the vibration is exactly at the right, right level, that's when an offer will be made with the 3 of Cups. It's when the time will be right, and again with the Page of Cups, it's an offer that's, I feel it's down to them and when they're ready, but it's going to be instinctual. It's not going to be, yeah, it's an instinctive offering. I still think it's going to be around the 13th of November. I still think it's going to be around that. So for their future, they know that they're going to have to close something, but they're manifesting a closure of their karma and a resolution of their karma. Their security is definitely a deciding factor, but they know that they have to leave a situation that doesn't suit them. There's definitely a situation here that is not their wish fulfillment, that they're kind of living in as a practical reality that doesn't really maintain anything spiritual that they are growing into, because this is a growth period. And so I feel like they're already making plans, and they may not already be able to articulate, oh, I'm making plans to do this, but I feel that there's been changes that have been slowly been made to show them that's their new life, and they could be coming to the realization about it, because I feel like they're just outgrowing whatever they're in. It's not a match. It's like they're growing, and the person is growing with them, but it's not as fast as, it's like you guys are growing, possibly you're leading, they're catching up with you, but then this other person, if there's a karmic around them, is also trying to grow with them, and they're trying to talk them into the fact that they're also caught up to that point, but it's not the case, and it's like you're the match with them, or the divine counterpart is the match with them, and they're getting confused. That they were confused possibly at one point, but they're bringing, yeah, they're making decisions here. Let's go and use these cards here. Let's see what else we can see. Any other messages, please, for our counterparts? Any messages? Hammer. Sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. So again, it's like they're trying to fix this to exactly the right point. And we've got Cupid's arrow. So there's a movement here. It says, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation. So someone's trying to rebuild themselves before this is offered. All right. It's like they're trying to rebuild everything it's in. And then we've got love. Love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. Final message, please. Final message. Wow, okay. So, we've got addiction and hand of cards. So we've got something that possibly is holding them back. There's a bit of codependency, which is, again, distracting them. So I feel like they possibly are either aware of this, or that's the block. And then we've got wedding rings and sunglasses. It says watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out, union, wedding, married. So it's like that energy is distracting them, but there's still things going on behind the scenes. So it's like they may not think that they're moving towards you, but they are. So whatever's shaping them in their realities is getting you and them ready for what's to come. But as I say, at the last minute, I feel for those that are meant to be, these karmics will be ruled out. This is how I want to say it. Let's have a look. What else? Last messages, please, Spirit. The last messages. Girl with a snake in reverse and the chaser in reverse. So yeah, this is a reversal. So if someone was chasing the person that was maybe a karmic, I feel like that's being removed almost in the situation, because it's not, you know, it's like they're not. Yeah, look, we've got the chaser again. Endings bring new beginnings. So someone's definitely trying to chase after something here that could be already over. I feel like there's a karmic that's chasing this situation. Like I said, it's like you're leading, or that there's an energy of someone leading. The masculine's catching up with that and preparing to merge with this kind of recalibration, and the karmic's chasing that situation now. And you can't have everyone, 3 people on one vibration. It doesn't work. Well, I mean, it could do, but in this situation, I'm saying it's not. But I feel like there's a masculine and feminine that will, and then there's a karmic that won't quite. It's not at that level, but thinks that if she keeps running, or he keeps running. So yeah, there's a karmic relationship that's getting closed out with this situation, and this is why there's lots of movement. So if you feel like, oh my goodness, this is awful, and there's so much movement, and there's too much going on, it has to, because it's getting this removed. It's making that out of the way for what is meant to be after, when people are ready. Okay guys, this was your reading. Tomorrow we're going to be starting Aries for the second part of November. Alright, this was just a little update because obviously the last reading didn't record. Hopefully this helps, guys. Thank you for your likes, your shares, subscriptions. Till next time, guys, take care. Bye.